Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel, and hope if you haven't thought about subscribing, you think about subscribing to it, because at all times I'm always doing something to it. In this case I've just given it a bit of a wash, so it's coming up nice and clean now. Now the reason for the clean up on this particular bike is, for one, I'm about to do shortly its first oil change. It's almost clocked up 500 kilometres, so I think it's about time I get in, give it one now, because it's had a little bit of a workout in the local areas around here and out in the scrub and that, so I think, seeing there's no actual oil filter in these particular bikes as far as a removable filter goes, it'd be a good idea to drop the oil and get into it that way and put fresh oil into it. Won't do it any harm, and it'd probably be more a benefit than what it is a negative. So with oil being cheap, the Honda Gen 4 oil are here at $50 for 4 litres, and I'll get 4 oil changes out of it. I worked that out as a pretty good investment, and as far as things go, what do you think of the Honda? Didn't it come up nice and clean? You wouldn't reckon it's had a real workout in the paddocks lately. 2 up 2, total weight 300 pound, no mercy on it. Now what I did find in the paddocks, and I had it in a lot of rough muddy conditions, is I thought the tyres could be a little bit more grippier in certain areas. And I always thought this right from the very start. So a while back I ordered what they class as mudguard risers, or mounts to lift the mudguard. So if you look at the clearance on this, it's not all that high, and I think it'll be fairly easy for the raising of this front mudguard. And I think if I put more chunkier tyres on it, I may be handicapped. Now when I was out in the scrub and it was getting a bit of mud caught up in that front section there, you're always under the impression that it could clog up the front, and virtually in bad sticky type mud almost lock that front wheel. It could happen. So to avoid that, I've got these. Yeah, so this mudguard mountain kit just arrived from Thailand, and I'm going to fit that to the front guard, see how it looks. It'll lift that front guard up, and I'll have plenty of clearance there when I get out on these dirt roads, with no risk of mud clogging it up when I hit these areas. So when you take a look at the front of the bike, there it is now, with this stock standard trim. To remove that front guard, all you've got to do is undo 2 bolts either side in between the forks. Bit hard to see through this viewfinder, but somewhere just in that area there. Then I can lift the mud guard up, fit the mounting system, and then go from there. So we'll just see if we get that off-road look, but I think this will be a good idea, and I think I'll get a fair bit of use out of it. And you can see now that front guard, and I zoom in now, it's pretty close to the tyre side on. And I can go then to a more aggressive tyre, so I think this is a win-win both situation. Now also while we're at it, I just thought I'd mention that in the description at the front of this video, or on the description page anyway, I'll put up 5 of me last videos that I've done on this particular bike. I've done something like somewhere between 10 and 15 clips on it, ranging from hill climbs, reviews, headlight tests, flat out, like top speed runs, everything you want to know about this bike at this stage. So they're all out there if you want to know how it goes, what it's like on fuel economy. Anything you want to know at this stage is on there, including some really nice off-road runs through the paddock, 2 up, working on a combined weight 300 pound, what it pulls like in the wind, everything you want to know. So if you click on any of those links in the description there, it'll steer you in the right direction to give you an idea what this bike's really like. Okay guys, I'm back here again, and been working on this mudguard extender, and I've finally got it fitted. So you'll see it now, it's got a fair bit of height in it in the front. And now handle. So we'll just swing back and let you have a bit better look. So there's no doubt it's increased the height of the guard. We'll have a look front on. Look at that, you could almost crawl in there. So you can imagine a big chunky tyre going up in under there. And rocks thrown everywhere. Okay. There it is there. Now although I've fitted this, it took me about, geez, I don't know, 1 hour. It was just a waste of time throwing the video on it. Doing it would have took so long and you wouldn't have bothered watching it anyway. It just would have been too boring because I was trying to figure out how to do it with no instructions. And I'm not 100% sure if it's lined up right, whether the bolts are long enough with this particular fit, or whether it'd be a risky one or not. So at this stage, you're sitting there, what I'd have to do is first test ride it. Then if it's a goer, maybe, I'm not sure if those bolts hold them. See, and they never supplied longer bolts to go through with it. I'd have to get a little bit longer bolts to secure it. I'd definitely have to Loctite it before you got out there where I've been in some of the paddocks, before you go out there fooling around. So guys, I think I'll have to conclude this test for today. Main thing is, I've got the front riser on for the front guard. The more I can get out here, go over the work again, make sure the wheel can spin all right, which I think it will. And there's no drum whatsoever. Then I can take it for a test ride, see what it's like, see if the idea works. Then maybe think about, after that, if all's well, Loctite it in position. And then I can get out there and ride around. But at this stage, I don't know what you think of the idea, but I think it suits the bike. It's hard to say what it looks like looking at it from your view, but from my view it doesn't look too bad on the bike. It just depends on whether the quality of this unit lives up to the expectations, what you expect something to be, so only time will tell on that one. So the only way I can think of now is get out there, give it a run. So once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. This mod might work, might not, only time will tell. And I've got a bit of time to do it, so we'll find out. So catch you later.